the street is that Jay Diggs has been arrested for putting his hands on the white bitch, man. Apparently, he was already out on bail fighting a marijuana case out in Oklahoma. And he was in Oklahoma on trial for the weed case. And I guess while he was on trial, while he was out on bail, he got in an incident with the female and they revoked his bond, man. So let's get the full scope of what's going on.
Rogers County deputies arrest a California rapper and his girlfriend with more than 4 pounds of marijuana and nearly $12,000 in cash. Deputies say this arrest turned out to be anything but typical. News on 6's Reagan Ledbetter tells us all about it.
Lori, deputies tell me Jay Diggs couldn't believe they didn't know who he was when they pulled him over, so Diggs gave them a personal concert in the backseat of the patrol car the whole way to the jail.
So I'm kind of surprised because I thought this was a marijuana state, but I'm finna figure it out.
I caught up with Jay Diggs just moments after he bonded out of jail, and he took his arrest in stride, saying he's in town to shoot a new music video.
Travel. This is one of my
Now take a close look at that female right there.
areas. I got a big fan base down Tulsa, Oklahoma, OKC.
Hold on, let's go back a little bit. Take a good look at this female.
And he took his arrest in stride, saying he's in town to shoot a new music.
All right, you see that girl right there? That's the bitch that's telling on him, man. That's the bitch that's putting a case on him right now. Take a good look.
Travel.
That's her, man.
This is one of my areas. I got a big fan base down Tulsa, Oklahoma, OKC. I was passing through, got pulled over and stuck in jail for 2 days behind marijuana. Hey, there's my co-defendant now.
Deputies arrested Diggs and his girlfriend DeAndrea Russell after finding 4.5 pounds of marijuana and nearly $12,000 in cash in their car. Diggs tells me he owns a CBD business in California.
I could smell marijuana coming from the vehicle, from the back bumper, before I even said hello.
Deputy Walker says when he did say hello, Diggs couldn't believe Deputy Walker didn't recognize Diggs.
He kept telling me, "Man, I'm Jay Diggs. Surely you've heard of me." And he was very disappointed that I wasn't familiar with him or his music.
It's funky around here. I'm about to integrate.
Walker says Diggs is no stranger to law enforcement. Records show Diggs spent 10 years in prison for conspiracy to rob a bank, was arrested for attempted murder in Hawaii, and has been arrested for having guns and drugs.
Obviously, it's an impressive amount of viewers that have viewed that, and we really don't care who you are or where you're going or what you're doing, as long as it's legal.
Diggs says he didn't enjoy his 24-hour stay in Rogers County, but will never forget it and will most likely write a song about it.
I got to, that's what I do. My song, my music is basically my life. There's definitely going to be a song about my visit to Rogers County. That's one hell of a place, bro.
Now, Jay Diggs tells me he still plans to shoot his new music video in Tulsa now that he's out of jail. Live in Rogers County, Reagan Ledbetter, Oklahoma Zone, News on 6.
Where Jay Diggs at?
Now, that was about 5 years ago, right, that he caught that case. I think it was in 2020. From what I know, recreational marijuana is legal in Oklahoma, so I don't know, how he got hemmed up. I think they got limits on the amount that they could have and how it's bagged up, and him having $12,000 on it. That's probably why he ended up catching a case behind it. But he went to Instagram and showed this video where he was saying that he's in trial for this case now.
You ever heard of Rogers County, Oklahoma? That's where I'm at. So y'all remember a few years back, actually to be exact, 5 years back, and I was on the news and I got pulled over and they said they found weed in my car, approximately 4 pounds. Well, here we are 5 years later, 2000 and almost 26, and I'm about to start a trial. I'm about to start trial right here in Rogers County for marijuana. So they literally trying to send me to prison for marijuana in 2026. So my trial is set to start on November 10th. So this is to my fans and friends, anybody in this area, Tulsa, Oklahoma area, Wichita, OKC. Y'all want to come support Diggs, which I need some support. Me and my family gonna be here fighting. Hey, y'all come on, hang out, come support me at this court trial. November 10th, I'm gonna be right here. once again. Can you believe it? Whoa.
All right, so after that, this was what was posted on Instagram yesterday, man. It may have taken over 6 years, but I sat back keeping my mouth shut and let the universe do its thing. Waited over 6 years for this man to get his freedom, his rock star life. Hold on. Let me read that over again. It may have taken over 6 years, but I sat back keeping my mouth shut and let the universe do its thing. Waited over 6 years for this man to get his karma. Jay Diggs is officially taken away from his kids, his freedom, his rock star lifestyle. Goodbye. The simp is caged. I have waited years for this. I don't give a F what y'all think about me posting this. I don't give a F how many unfollows or shit talking this gets. My abuser is finally being held without bail. This man will rot in a cell while I am out here rich and enjoying my freedom. I don't give a F who you are. Karma will catch up to you. This man has a long, hard road ahead of him and deserves every bit. Today is a very, very, very great day for me. Damn, 3 berries, bitch? God damn, you that happy? Today I will celebrate his freedom being taken away. God damn. Bye to Jamal Diggs, the simp. Rot in hell. Sheesh. All right, that's her, right? That's her little Instagram post. She deleted this post, by the way. The post is gone now. But shout out to West Coast Gang Wars for documenting it. And you know, you just gotta be careful what type of females you dealing with, man. You know, because no matter what type of spiel they have and how much of a front they want to put on that they're with the game and that they're street, these bitches will snitch on you. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you put your hands on them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some bitches will stay down about everything else until you beat their ass. And they are going to call the police, man. So, after this comment, hold on, well, let's get a little shot of the... Alright. So these are the pictures of the bruises. She got a little black eye right there. A couple scrapes on her knees and arm. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, this is what Jay Diggs did. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. So, man, they got my boy. That's his new mugshot. They got the boy back in the Who Scout, man. The bond has been revoked, so I don't know what's going on with his trial, if he was still in the middle of trial. He said the trial started November 10th. But if you know anything about trial, it takes days just to select a jury and shit like that. So, I mean, it might take 3-4 days just the process of selecting the jury. So I assume that he was still in trial. You know? All right. Now this is the female's Instagram. Snow Bunny Money _ man. Now, if you've been in the game or you on the scene, you might have come across this female before, you know what I mean? She, you know, she's paid a few people that I'm acquainted with. One thing about her is she likes Bay Area. She likes people from the Bay, you know what I'm saying? So, every person I know that she's ever fucked with has been from the Bay. Now, I really didn't know she was fucking with Jay Diggs until this news broke, but I wasn't surprised when I found out. Now, you know, she is an attractive female, but look, see this? That's Dennis Hoff. Okay, Dennis Hoff was the owner of the Bunny Ranch, which was a brothel out in Nevada. So it was he owned a legal hoe house, right? Yeah. He ended up dying, I think, from natural causes, like a heart attack or some shit like that. But she used to work at his brothel, Dennis Hoff's brothel, at the Bunny Ranch. You know what I mean? So the white man was legally pimping, man, paying his taxes, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy that in a certain county in Nevada, you could legally pimp all you want and make money off of prostitution. Look. You see the shirt? Big pimping. You know what I'm saying? You see the shirt? Big pimping. So you could legally make money pimping in certain counties in Nevada. But when you try to do it on the street level, you could get fucking life sentences for this shit, man. Because the thing about pimping, right? I can't speak for every other state, but in California, pimping holds 6 years max, right? But what the prosecution and DAs do nowadays, they don't charge you with pimping. They charge you with human trafficking, right? And I got a couple partners that's doing like 20 years, right? And if you research the penal code of human trafficking, they have a word in there that's an element called coercion. So when a lot of people think, oh man, yeah, human trafficking, that's when you beating the bitch up, kidnapping her, forcing her to do this, forcing her to do that. I'm not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing none of that. So they can't hit me with no human trafficking. But they got another word in there called by force. That's the by force part, right? But they got another word called coercion. Look up what coercion means. So that means you could be coming off, you know what I'm saying? You could be coming with your mouthpiece and still get human trafficking. So y'all gotta be careful, man. Y'all gotta be careful with this shit, man. The wording and the language of the law, man, gets tricky when it comes to this shit, man. So you might be thinking in your head like, man, I'm keeping it pimping. I ain't beating the bitch up. And next thing you know, you're fighting a human trafficking charge, man. So this shit do come with life sentences, man. Y'all be careful out there, man. You know what I mean? Hey, free J Diggs though, man. I hope he get up from under this shit, man. But hey, I got my boy from Richmond, right? And he deal with nothing but black bitches. And I used to ask him like, man, you don't be fucking with white hoes? And he'd be like, hell nah. I'd be scared they gonna tell on me, get me 100 years. I was like, oh. And I kind of see what he mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be careful fucking with these hoes, man. But I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. It's free J Diggs.